Hello, hello, hello. Greetings and blessings, beautiful soul. This is Alicia. I am Barney Matahari, and today we're bringing forth some messages from your higher self. We have 3 piles today. Pile 1, we've got this fortune cookie. And pile 2, we've got this bell with the Om symbol on it and the trident. And pile number 3, we've got this lovely Have Courage dragonfly. So take a moment and tune into your higher self and ask, which is the pile for you today? And I am going to get started with pile number 1. All right, pile number 1. Let's leave that over there so we can see what pile it is. So first on the board, you have got number 41, Nightingale Spirit. Absolutely beautiful. Love is all around. The music notes, I'm seeing sacred geometry in the background. And of course, the green for the heart chakra. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And this bird has got, this nightingale has got a yellow golden chest. Second on the board, we've got the feline. I love this card. 65. And that breaks down to an 11. Interesting. And we've got number 20, Sweet Soul Rising. This is really giving me star vibes as well. So I'm noticing straight away the heart chakra and the throat chakra. Ooh, you've got the Emperor. Again, we're seeing that green. He's got the Aries on his shirt for the Emperor. He's got the 4 prongs on his crown. You've got the Knight of Swords. Oh, Knight of Wands, excuse me. You've got the King of Wands. Ooh, interesting. That's echoing the feline for me. You've got the star. Wow, almost double star. I'm getting like double star here. You've got the 6 of Cups. And we've got the Queen of Cups. Wow. So you've got the King of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So your divine masculine and your divine feminine is very, very integrated and evolved through this lifetime. So I'm really getting strong Venusian vibes for you as well. Also, Leo and Venusian. So self-expression through the throat chakra and your voice. Something about your voice. You either have a message or you are your message. And we've got double Leo here. So the tree lion are the feline. Hear me, the tree lion. The feline. It's funny because it reminds me of feline. And he does have, a cat face. And he does move cat-like. But the thing with the feline is it's fee and lion, 2 words. He is one who will, it's the last card actually of this oracle deck. It's the Brian Froud Fairies Oracle. I love that. It's really beautiful. And I'm noticing that in the background, it's dark blue, so indigo, but it's also it breaks down to an 11. So this could be a life path through your voice, your it could be relating to your life path. I'm also getting the end of a cycle and the start of a new one. And that makes sense because an ending is just another beginning. And you have such strong, positively aspected cards on the board. It's crazy. I mean, I wonder if you are actually a singer or you're out in the public in some way, because the star can really signify that, like, you know, fame. And I'm also seeing on her two jugs that she's holding, she's got the Saturn symbol on both of those. So there's an awareness of, again, the balancing of the depths of who you are and the fire within, aligned with spirit, and that's a way to propel you forward. And the Saturn, chop wood, carry water, the building of who you are through your authenticity, singing your own voice, and love is all around. So you're singing your voice from a heart space. I'm also getting for you that you're quite alchemical, and I'm getting that from star and moon energy, because in order to be able to build consistently, you do need to be able to alchemize things that don't serve you, or your response to things that don't serve you, your emotions. You know, obviously we all have anger, pain, shame. We come here incarnate in a human body, but our soul is immutable. And in order to elevate, and you seem to be very strongly elevating this lifetime. I mean, you could be on one of your last lifetimes, from the King of Wands. So between the Saturn on her jugs and the Emperor, like, you've really learned how to embody that action energy from a heart space very authentically through your own voice and your own self-expression. So it might not be singing, but maybe you're an artist, or maybe you built a business that, like, speaks to your values, because Venus also rules over values. There's water here in both these cards, but then you've got the Six of Cups. So maybe family is important for you, and maybe creating a beautiful family is something that was important to you, because you've got the King and Queen of Wands here, which would signify both your divine, in your masculine and feminine energy within, but as within, so without. You're attracting those kind of people into your life. You've also learned how to be kind of the emperor of your own life, be the CEO of your own existence. And that comes with, you know, making choices. And you have to be able to make the hard decisions as an emperor. You have to be able to, you know, say, no, we're not doing that today. That's not appropriate. We have to work. And you also have to be able to give yourself the direction to, extremes are easy. The directions, when to act, when to slow down. You have to be strategic as well as intuitive, caring for your people. And she's looking up to the heavens too. So you work with spirit, with your higher self, with your guides. I feel like your higher self is really, you're really tapped into your higher self, I would say. And you're very good at listening to it. Whether or not you actually know, I never finished what I was saying about the feline. I keep calling him the tree lion, so that might be something for you. Nature might be important to you. You might have strong connection to the Fey realms. You might really feel good living, you know, near woods, or maybe going hiking. But I've said tree twice. That's also reminding me of the tree of life. So also maybe you study some of those esoteric studies. And the feline, what he does is, he's the end of the oracle, he's the last card in the oracle deck, but he is about tying up the loose ends, and he's dotting your I's and crossing your T's, and karmically cleaning up your messes, you know. And it's the things, when we're not aware, when we're not aware, we're not responsible, but we are responsible to becoming aware, and we do that by tuning into our heart, speaking truth. Speaking truth to power is powerful. And knowing that you are guided by spirit. From the Knight of Wands, what I'm getting is that you're very aware of the cyclical nature. And that was back to the Emperor. You know when to rest. You know when to act. You know when to give your cup of love. You know when to keep it to yourself. You know when to nurture and when to let people stand on their own 2 feet. You know when to shine and when to roar as well. So you have all of that. You have all of that going on. So you've really mastered your own. You're very in tune with your own energy. That's what I would say. I'm going to pull another couple of tarot cards for you to see if there's anything else that your higher self would like to share with you. But these are such amazing, powerful cards. I don't know how old or young you are, but your soul is very mature. Your soul moves with the cosmos. I feel like with this, you're riding the waves of, you know, solar flares and downloads from your galactic family. And you probably are super intuitive. And I feel like you astral travel to other realms. And you're probably really psychic and good at remote viewing. If it's not something that you practice, it might be something to look into. You can look into how to do that online. So also I'm getting heavy, so we said double line here, but I'm getting heavy on the gold and heavy on the silver. And that's, I think you're starseed. I'm getting that very strongly for you. You've really managed to understand how to build yourself, how to create your own garden. Oh my goodness. This is a special card in this deck. It's a bonus card in this deck. This deck is lovely. I love it. It's called Souls on Fire Tarot, and it's from the Soulful Revolution. Joe has a channel on YouTube, and it's such a beautiful, beautiful deck. But this is a bonus card. I feel like you could be really on the you know, they say that the Kali Yuga is supposed to, astrologically, it's supposed to end in March of 2025. Like, obviously, it's not a, you know, wave a magic wand, and today it's, you know, the Kali Yuga, and tomorrow it's the age of, you know, the golden age. But we're seeing the gold come through here, but you were really here to midwife and lead and be the shining star, be the hope for people around you to move forward and to show that it can be done in a way of cooperation, of love, but also defending who you are and being strategic. That it's neither one nor the other, but it's both. And at the bottom, we've got the Ace of Swords. I'm seeing huge spiritual protection around you. You decided to incarnate at this time to help midwife Mother Gaia and all of us that live on her, and through all realms, the Fae realm, everyone who's participating in this cosmic dance, all the energies, the galactics, the Mother Gaia herself, all of the planets, and all of the energy and dance within, betwixt and between. So amazing, so stunningly beautiful, pile number 1. Wow. I'm going to pull one last card for you. And Page of Pentacles. So I'm also getting that you're really, really good at starting from the ground up. You're good at having that fresh beginner's mind, and you're very good at grounding that into 3D to build up what it is. We have such a prescribed way of living in, let's say, the Western world. Milestones are set. It's very one and done, very mundane. And I feel like you bring such, even the cards are reflecting this, you bring such color and like the fuchsias and the midnight blues, your authenticity. You are just, it's like Dorothy going into Oz. When you show up, your energy is bright and shining, which makes sense with the star. The star shines in the night. And I was listening to somebody today saying, like, we are made of stardust. We are calcium, and, in our bones comes from, the cosmos. So if you think about it, we're all basically star seeds, whether we originated here on planet Earth or off planet somewhere in another world. What we all are is on a journey to raise our consciousness. So, so beautiful. Thank you for coming, pile number 1. That is all I have for you. You guys are amazing. Let's hang out again if you wanna. And have a great rest of your day. It was so much. I feel so good being in your energy. Thank you so, so much, pile number 1. And I'm going to move on to pile number 2. And we had the bell for pile number 2. First in the board, we've got Sandpiper Spirit. Be playful. Spirit Dancer. Oh, beautiful. Number 36. The Bride Offers Herself. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous. Muse of Inspiration. This is the King of Wands. That came out in pile number 1. Justice. Wow. The World Cosmos. The World. Woo. Knight of Inspiration. That also came out in the last pile. The Muse of Material. So that's the King of Cups. I'm going to put that there because of the direction. And the last card, the Page of Inspiration. My goodness. So you've got wands, 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 wands. Oh no, wands, wands, wands. Okay. And over here, so the Bride Offers Herself. This is about offering and accepting what Spirit has to offer. Kind of like an Ace of Cups, but look at her. She's in an open position. I'm also noticing a lot of the green, and she's wearing red. So that's giving me kind of the heart chakra, the root chakra, and the divine feminine being open to Spirit. Be playful, Sandpiper Spirit. So that's just giving, being playful. In that space of being playful, that's where creativity and joy and connecting with your inner child and connecting with Spirit is really alive and really strong. So I think that you have your higher self is very connected to your inner child and very playful. You're definitely anchoring in divine feminine codes this lifetime. And I wonder if you're a dancer of some description, or music could be very important to you. She's also, I'm noticing the green around her as well. So maybe it's a dance of your heart, whatever that means for you. Again, we've got the King of Wands. So you're highly creative. We've also got the moon here. And I'm noticing we've got a repetition of all these orbs. You're very, very, very spiritually connected. As above, so below. Divine feminine, divine masculine. You're very connected to your star family. I'm getting Lilith vibes for you insofar as that you're walking away from your teaching that to have fruit on earth comes from the heart, to build from that place. You're highly, highly, highly creative, intuitive. You may not even realize how psychic and intuitive you are. I think the biggest thing for you, pile number 2, would be to make sure, like, I think you would wither on a vine, literally, if you were not able to express yourself creatively. I think that's really, really important for you. And I'm also seeing, maybe it's something in the earthly realms, like you could be a landscape gardener or something like that. And Justice. See how her outer head is split open? And then you see the second head, and then through that's how she's connecting. So there's something about she's holding her head in her hands, and it's reminding me of that song, He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. You are the world. You've got the world in your hands. You are of spirit, and you know that. The Ace of Swords came out. This came out in pile number 1 also. You're very, very connected to the divine realms at all time. And the owl is a symbol of Athena. So you've got a strong warrior ability also. We've got the Ace of Cups also. My gosh, you are highly, highly, highly intuitive. Highly psychic. You might really, I'm seeing water here. Sandpiper spirit. You might be really connected to water as well. I think you get downloads constantly. If anything, the people might come at you to kind of get your juice. I'm seeing so much coming from your crown chakra, from your third eye. Here also. You may you're probably always teaching and you don't even know. And I feel like you're always learning too. You're able to, no matter what it is, I'm getting resilience for you. No matter what what's thrown at you, you have good karmas and you're able to create something beautiful. You're able to, Queen of Swords. You're able to know how to spend your energy. in a way that creates beauty in the world. And you can create anything that you want. I think what would put you into the Five of Swords and even the Four of Cups would be losing your ability to play, losing your ability to dance, losing your connection. And you may have, that might be what you came to learn in this life, that all work and no play makes life dull. And actually, there's nothing benevolent about being a workaholic. Absolutely nothing. Spirit gave us, God gave us earth, not only to toil and sweat and worry, but also to enjoy and celebrate and savor. And it's reminding me of, you've learned to finish the step that you're on. I used to have a dance teacher that used to say that, like, finish the step that you're on. So it's really about knowing how to, I feel you've really learned how to master the resources at your disposal. And I'm getting that you might not have always been there. So that might have been something that you had to learn how to accept Spirit's love. Ace of Cups. And you've become Spirit's offering to the world. And you're showing how to do that without kind of being a negative person, without being cynical. You've somehow managed to stay connected or reconnected to your inner child, in order to really, you're such an inspiration in this deck is Wands. You are such an inspiration to those around you. And I've got the High Priestess out for you also. You have a lot of magic. I feel like a lot of people probably pull on your energy. Again, you have crows here. You're probably able to go between worlds, whether you know that or not yet. Maybe it's something that you have known your whole life, but if not, you have rites of passage to do that, and it's something that you can learn to do. Or even, kind of like, what's the other thing? Not astral travel, but the dream thing, like dream yoga. What do they call that? Lucid dreaming. So there's not a lot of, well, there's the Queen of Voices. I think you've learned how to alchemize your thoughts. You've learned how to master your mental energy. And you remember you had the Ace of Voices here as well, which is also the Ace of Swords. So you've managed to make the voices in your head your friend. And probably when you're getting those intrusive thoughts, you're able to use them as fuel to move you away from lack, disappointment. And you don't always have to know what's going on. You can feel it. You're really able to see very well with your third eye. I'm going to leave it there, pile number 2. This is such beautiful energy. If you haven't stepped into these gifts already yet, that is very prevalent in your energy, and it's something. If you're feeling depressed at all, learn how to connect with your inner child, and let them take the reins sometimes. That would be unsolicited advice, should you choose to follow it from your higher self. So pile number 2, that's all I have for you. Pile number 3. You had the Have Courage. So your first card on the board is Turtle Spirit. You've got Indy. Towering Magnificence. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay, so we've got Six of Wands. The World. Two of Wands. The Emperor. Nine of Swords. And the Empress. So the phrase that's coming to mind, I've got Turtle Spirit here. Slow and steady wins the race. And I'm hearing if all you can do is crawl, then crawl. Home is where the heart is. And obviously the turtle, I mean, he's surrounded in green, but the turtle carries their home with them. And the turtle is amphibious, so the turtle can go in the depths. It can hang on it. It can float on the surface, and it comes on land and it goes in the water also. And they can move fast if they want to. Indy is number 63, so that's nearing the end of a cycle. So I feel like you've just been through some sort of cycle. A cycle that's really put you in touch with the towering magnificence of your higher self, your guides, your whole team. I feel like you're really, 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 really strongly protected. All this blue, I'm getting throat chakra, I'm getting Archangel Michael. The truth is a towering magnificence. You cannot deny the truth of God. That is just cosmic law. Indy is cute. Indy is wishy-washy. By the time you decide, it's that kind of sitting on the fence. Eventually sitting on the fence hurts. So there's something about slow versus stagnant. So slow growth can lead to magnificent outcomes, and I'm seeing the acorn turns into the mighty tree. And recently we had Imbolc, which is in Ireland they celebrate St. Bridget's, and she is St. Bridget's Day on the 1st of February, and she built her first church in Kildare, which means the Church of the Oak. And St. Bridget was interesting actually because her father sold her mother, so she was taken away to live with her mother, and then when she came of age, I don't know why I'm going down this whole St. Bridget's thing. When she came of age, I think she was 12 or something, her father took her away from her mother and brought her back to live with him. He was trying to marry her off. She was having none of it. It said she even disfigured her face so that she couldn't be married. She wanted to be a nun. And then her father was angered, sent her back to live with her mother. And her mother's owner, I think in those days, had a dairy farm, and when the dairy farm was there, Bridget took care of it, and the dairy farm prospered. And she had all these really good karmas, but she was decisive. She knew what she wanted. She didn't want to get married. She wanted to serve God. So at a point, sitting on the fence is painful. Eventually you have to choose. You just can't sit there all day, every day. And we then move into your tarot cards, and I think that's actually kind of quite well reflected here. This you have learned to build slowly, and you've been guided the whole time by your higher self. And whether or not you know it, you have been following your intuition. So in the vice versa tarot, this is, I'm seeing leadership qualities in you. This side of the Six of Wands, you see this his soldiers. They're the ones who did the fighting. He's the leader. He's getting the accolades. He's being cheered on by his soldiers. But a good leader knows that the credit where credit is due. That, like, you can pay people off, you can give them money, whatever. But at the end of the day, people really do want to be valued for their contribution, and they should be valued for their contribution. And it's reminding me of, stolen valor and all that, all those things. It's much better. You've learned it's much better that slow and steady wins the race. They will be known of their fruits. The proof is in the pudding. You will grow of yourself, and you will be confident in who you are and what you've grown. And once you've built it, you can rebuild it, even if it goes away in the morning, because you're not relying on somebody else to build it for you. You're participating in your own growth, healing, whatever it is. There's a recognition of the Wheel of Fortune also. And in this position, it's a recognition that life, yes, I have to work and I have to put one foot in front of the other. And there are casualties of war and there are victories in war. There are wins and there are losses. And with each win and loss, there comes learning. And the wheel, there is a divine hand of God at play. And if you are not one who understands, respects that, and aligns with the divine, you're manifesting from a place of ego and I'm better than God. And that being away from the light is going towards devil energy. And you know what they say when you make a deal with the devil. So in this position, you're aware of the divine timing and the divine hand in your life. And that's another confirmation that you've been led by your guides, that you've been led by your higher self, and ties in with this towering magnificence, because you were allowing yourself, irrespective of what was happening in your ups and downs of your life, to be guided by spirit and to be supported and loved by spirit. You've got the Two of Wands, and in this, there's a pause energy with this one. This one is when he's looking out this way, it's knowing that you've planted your seeds. It's taking small celebrations. It's acknowledging the work that you've done. You're not in it for just, the $1 million at the end or whatever it is. When you build your dream home, for example, I watch a lot of those programs, and sometimes the process of going through the build is just so, the house really becomes part of them because they designed it, they lived it, they bare hands in it. It wasn't like swipe a credit card and here. Like, what can you do with billions at the end of the day personally if you have billions? You can do nice things for other people, but how much happier can you be with 1 billion over 2? How much happier can you be with 1 million over 10 million? That kind of thing. So you really understand the value of things and the value of you and your life force that you are pouring into your goals, and you've reflected on, again, your part in things, your wins, your losses, the things that didn't work out. who was it? I think it was Edison that said, he was like, I never had a failure, I only ever had feedback. Then we've got the Emperor here. So the Emperor is also fire energy. But in this way, you might have had to learn to kind of slow down and loosen up, because the Emperor in this direction can signify getting too rigid and maybe not giving credit where credit's due. And I think you've learned that. Or if not, maybe it's a call to pay a bit more attention to those who are involved in the process. Or maybe you're dealing with somebody like this who never gave you the accolades for your own work. Take it how it resonates. It could be you, it could be somebody that you're dealing with. Then the Nine of Swords, through the anxiety. So I'm guessing that this is something that you've mastered yourself again. The Nine of Swords looking out this way, but look at all the swords. The swords are all swords of light. They're all lessons. Even though it's painful, there's wisdom to be gained. And after the anxiety, when you look directly at the pain, whatever it is that's keeping you up at night, and I never actually noticed this other figure here. When you have faced your shadow, and you've put it into the light of day, it's not anxiety inducing the way it was when you're just not looking at it and it has a hold on you. And then, so I'm getting you might have been around somebody that did not give you credit, because this is the Empress, but facing this way, the Empress is called to deal herself in. You know that you're abundant, but you may have been wondering why at some point you're not receiving the benefits of your work. And it may be that you were with one of the leaders who was over rigid and didn't have your creativity, didn't have your work ethic. Maybe they just pulled rank, and that's not a kind of leadership that you respect. And that may have put you into hermit mode and felt like you didn't know which way to go, that you were trapped. Caused you some grief, despondency. And then you have the Sun, because you collaborated with your own people and started to create of your heart with spirit. So what I'm getting for this, I think one of the lessons that you had to learn in this lifetime, or that you are learning, I don't know how far along or not on the path you are, but what I'm getting for this group number 3 is that you might have been surrounded by people who were taking from you, who didn't support what you wanted to do, but wanted you to support what they wanted to do. And when you moved away from those people, working with those people, and it might be career, it could be family, it could be romance relationships, it could be any sphere. It could be somebody, maybe you had a partnership with somebody creatively and they had you do all the work and they took all the credit. That's reminding me of agency. So back in the day, I heard Taylor Swift saying, and I mean, obviously we know she's a billionaire now, but all the things that have come out about her recently, like her dad had part of the stock in the studio. She said on her Netflix series, what advice would you give to young artists? It was like, get a good lawyer. So she knew enough to be, to protect. And I think that might have been something that you had to learn as well. So I always kind of think that, if you look at Taylor Swift and Britney Spears side by side, To me, I mean, obviously they have different charts and they have different lessons to learn and everything, but it's a very, very strong contrast between being surrounded by people who are feeding off of you, off of your talents, who are opportunistic, who are using your talents to advance themselves rather than building themselves up, versus somebody who collaborates with you and supports you and wants you to do well and just doesn't see you as a cash cow. And that's just very evident. And to finish it off, 10 of Pentacles. So if you haven't got to your, like the 9 of Pentacles is independence and sovereignty. And then the 10th pentacle is kind of the cherry on top. So whether you're single or in a relationship, if that's something you want to bring in, that is on the horizon for you. If that's something that you want to manifest, because at this point, you've learned to listen to your heart, to make a decision and to move with spirit. You're done with this, making yourself small just to appease other people. And, we often have to do that in childhood. So it could be something that you learned in childhood, or maybe you were in a relationship where, there was a power imbalance that you had to defer to other people. But you've really learned to reclaim your power and build yourself up. And if you haven't, you're certainly on the road to doing that. And I am absolutely thrilled and delighted for you. I'm feeling a lot of passion and peace from your higher self. And your higher self just wants you to know that your higher self is so, so proud of you overcoming these karmas, this lesson. And I'm just going to leave it there, pile number 3. Congratulations and keep up the good work. Take care, and hopefully I'll see you in another reading. If you'd like to share, like, comment, subscribe, please feel free to do so. Much love. Bye, bye, bye.